I'm Dino Mosquera, and let's square up justice. Florida man sentenced to 7 years after shooting LGBTQ plus neighbor, leaving him paralyzed. 30-year-old Tyler Getchell pleaded guilty to attempted manslaughter in the November 2025 shooting of 24-year-old Kyle McFarlane. The attack left McFarlane paralyzed from the waist down after the bullet lodged near his spine, causing permanent injuries. In addition to the prison sentence, Getchell must complete mental health follow-up treatment after his release, serve probation, pay restitution, and have no contact with McFarlane or his family. The shooting followed months of escalating harassment. McFarlane said Getchell and his girlfriend repeatedly targeted him, leading him to install security cameras around his home. Reports say the couple displayed anti-LGBTQ plus signs containing anti-gay and anti-trans slurs, vandalized his property, and mistreated his dogs. On the day of the shooting, McFarlane was collecting discarded wood for a bonfire when Getchell's girlfriend confronted him, claiming he was on their property. Video evidence shows McFarlane was not and was walking away when Getchell shot him in the back. What can I say? This reminded me, I don't know if you saw this, the best documentary this year was The Perfect Neighbor, similar story here in the state of Florida. This was in Jacksonville, by the way, this story. And, where basically the things escalated to a point where, somebody brought a gun out. And when you think about this, it started with his girlfriend, who I don't know if she's been prosecuted because apparently he's the one going to jail. Of course, he shot the guy, but she started the whole confrontation, and it again followed months of this harassment. His dogs. It was so unfortunate, and he was walking away when he shot him in the back, and apparently the paralysis was temporary. It's not permanent. I was trying to read into the story, but he's still dealing with the aftermath. So this is so tragic, and it's happening. And in this current climate of intolerance that we live, is gonna continue happening, unfortunately, because we have the people in higher ups just feeding this kind of anger
and hatred. Hatred. And once again, in the land of open carry, we have proof that guns and Florida are not really a good combination. Not really good.
Well said. I have to say, my head immediately goes to guns. This is what happens when people are armed and armed with ideas, with guns, but also dangerous ideas of what they can do with those guns, because they're given license to
the Trevor Martin story.
The police and this is the Wild West or something. That is and this these fictions in their head that they're being attacked and that they're their property. The difference between property and life are really different too, and it's somehow that's not what the law says, and that's just the vulgar part of.
This is why when people ask, why do you need pride? It's because these things still happen. And I remember being at this table, I don't know, many months ago, and I asked all of these prominent members of LGBT society in South Florida, do you still look over your shoulder when you hold hands with your partner? And all of us were like, yes.
Of course.
We're always looking around because it's always a threat, especially here in Florida. I spend a lot of time in conservative spaces, online and in person, and I ask a lot of questions, and I'm always trying to get the pulse of where people are. And this sentiment still exists quite a bit.
No doubt.
Especially I don't know if you know Matt Walsh or do you know him? A conservative podcaster. Which, he was pretty popular, probably in maybe the top 10 of conservative that I was aware of. And now his podcasts, and many of them are full KKK white supremacists. And it was shocking to me, and the way that they talk about gay people and trans people are worse than that. So it's definitely a reason for us to have pride and to have our spaces and to be able to, you know.
Yeah, well, I mean, I know I throw the word around a lot, but that's because it's used. Fascist. And we sort of joke about it, but the fact is, it's applicable. It's applicable. Fascism incorporates a lot of authoritarianism, nationalism, racism. These people are fascists. And I mean, it's a blessing and a curse. One, the curse is that they're out there and spouting this. The blessing is at least we know who these people are.
Yeah.
At least we know who they are now. And spoiler alert, we ain't going to forget.
No.
There is no other queer nonprofit media platform like this in the entire world. Support our LGBTQ stories by sharing them and subscribing to Queer News Tonight.